She's done it before, hasn't she?
I'm about to break into song. Hello everyone, I'm Hannah from our community time bank, and this is Caroline, who's a time bank member as well as me. I'm just reminded of Brooke Astor. She said, money's not worth anything, and it's like muck, sorry, money is like muck. It's not worth anything unless you spread it around. Something like that. So when I came to Oxford about 3 years ago, I was unemployed and I only knew 2 people. They were both called Rupert, but anyway, it's one of those Oxford things. You know, I found that it was actually quite difficult to get to know people. Now, seriously, social isolation is actually a huge problem, and it's a killer. It's as bad for your health as smoking 15 cigarettes a day, unbelievable, and it's twice as bad as obesity. And somehow, in my kind of tiny way, moving to Oxford, I realised that I needed to get to know more people, and actually a lot of people around me in Oxford probably needed to get to know each other as well. So together with some of my friends, we set up our community time bank, and here are some of our stories. There's lots of images behind you of us all helping each other out. So this is Caroline, time bank member and trustee.
Hi, I've been a time bank member now for about 2.5 years. 2 years ago I needed to move house. I have a number of chronic illnesses, can't work anymore, totally isolated, no family in Oxford to help, nothing like that. So I asked the time bank if they'd give me a hand with the moving. 8 people actually turned up on the day, and the home move took only 2 hours. It was really, really fantastic. I've had a chance to help others out. I helped somebody last year with all to prepare for an interview, and I attended Time Bank Coffee Mornings, which run on 4th Friday of every month. And I've recently become a trustee, and I'm responsible for signing up new members.
Thank you. Caroline's given so much help to Time Bank, and she's got so much help in return as well. Things like, you know, putting up pictures and mending things in your house.
Somebody took a carpet up for me when I moved into my new house, which was brilliant.
Just give you another example. We have another Time Bank member called Jane, and she suffers from anxiety attacks, especially when she's at home on her own when her partner goes away. And through the Time Bank, we set up a relationship between Jane and Anne, who's another Time Bank member. And that meant that when Jane's partner went away and she was in danger of getting anxious, she could call Anne up, and Anne went round. They had a cup of tea together, they went for a walk in the park, they sat down in the park, had a chat, and that just really helped Jane with her anxiety. Now this is a kind of really tiny, small intervention by a friendly neighbour, but there's no other service that would be able to do that in such a short time scale, and it made a huge difference to Jane, and she wouldn't feel comfortable or confident asking her neighbours for that. Now the important thing about time banking, which I haven't really highlighted so far, is that it's not about people receiving services, and it's not about one person offering and the other person receiving help. The thing about a time bank is that everyone helps each other. So as I mentioned, Caroline offers lots of things on the time bank. She's helped someone with interview preparation. She's a trained mental health nurse, so she's very good on the mental health side of things. And Jane, that I was talking about, she helps people with knitting and crocheting. She's taught Time Bank members to knit in the round. So everyone has something to offer, everyone has something they need, and everyone's time is worth the same. It's always an hour for an hour. So, I mean, there's something about gaining something from giving help yourself. I, as a Time Bank member, run the guitar group, and I wouldn't have had the confidence to play guitar in front of anyone before I set up the guitar group. And now I am happy playing guitar with my friends at the campfire. So, you know, it makes a huge difference to everyone, no matter your background or your experience level or, you know, your age. And that's the real thing about the Time Bank. So at the moment we are 75 members. We're in Cowley. We have 1 or 2 members in Littlemore and Rose Hill. And we want to expand the Time Bank. 20 more members, and particularly older people, because we think that social isolation can be a real problem. It can be the case that you get more lonely as you get older, and we want to really prevent that by making these connections between people. There's interdependence, not independence or dependency. Now, social benefit, well, apparently for every £1 that's spent on time banking, you get £12 of social benefit. So your money will really go a long way. Thank you.